my dear colleague from World Vision in Senegal, who will tell us how the lessons on tenure are being applied concretely in the couloir pastoral here. Anna, you in Senegal have been dealing with these issues for many years from the perspective of World Vision, a major NGO. And I'm delighted to ask you to share the experience that you have with the couloir pastoral with us now. Anna, over to you.
Bonjour tout le monde.
Good morning. Good morning.
Concernant les parcours de bétail dans le département de Gossas précisément.
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to share the experience about the Gossas region. My name is Anna Daba. I'm the project manager of a project in Senegal in the Damba region. Next slide. Can you hear me?
Yes, Anna, we can hear you.
Oui, on t'entend bien, Anna.
Alors, je disais que je vais partager.
I was saying that I will talk about the context of the corridor, the intervention, and the method of the regreening project in Africa, the process and the steps, the key steps, the effects and impact, the challenges, the lessons learned, and of course, the next steps. Next step. Next slide. As far as the context is concerned, there is a law, a decree about the organization of livestock corridors. We notice that at every winter, in some villages, there is illegal occupancy of landscape by livestock corridors and areas that are used for those livestock to drink water, and it has resulted in the spoilage, the destruction of farms. And the regreening project that makes the promotion of agroforestry was faced with those challenges, which are destructions of farms. Sometimes there are cases where pastors destroy farms or farmers who go beyond the set limits by law. So in order to solve this problem, our project thought about the redynamization of the landscape. So the authority of the region requested that we become facilitators to resolve the problem in that particular district. So we are now going to talk about the effect and the impact. Next slide. What methodology did we use and what were our interventions? We started communal workshops because it is worth notice that Regreening Africa works in communes. So we organized workshops in different communities in order to build capacities of the chiefs in the villages. You know, when we talk about pastoral system, you're also talking about landscape and also water zones. And there are about 5 key areas in that district. We also use a participatory methodology, which was about engaging populations and the participation of local administrative and, of course, territorial administrative, because we could not, it was not a good thing. We deemed that it was necessary for us to engage both the authorities and the communities that are affected by the situations. Next slide. Since this is a case study, we will talk about the procedure, the methodology. We established a multidisciplinary committee made up of the sub-prefect, the mayor, village chiefs, the gendarmerie, and technical services of the municipality. So we engage them in the process so that we can all together organize the corridor. There was a pre-visit of the sites that were used for our project. So after visiting the landscape together, we mobilized the budget and the workers who are used to mark the limitations of the landscape. We also put in place a mission, an oversight mission. Thereafter, we communicated around the activities through radio broadcasts and other media, and the result was to inform everyone around the landscape that were used for the corridor. Let's talk about the challenges and, of course, the lessons we learned. But before that, let's talk about the effect and impact. We noticed a rational management of space on the sites, and somebody said it earlier. We also noticed a regeneration of the environment, a revitalization and protection of the lands, because less animals were moving on those sites. And there was also, we also noticed a limitation of transhumance. As a result, herders were in a particular environment, and as a result, the livestock had opportunity and time to drink water at a specific location. We also had a better link between communities, because there was a greater visibility on the corridors, resulting in the reduction of conflicts in those areas. And the final result was the safeguard of social cohesion. And at the end of all this, we noticed an improvement of the agroforestry value chain. Women had their revenues increased. Talking about challenges, we noticed the distractions of, we have the distractions of the pillars that were on the lands to delimitate, to mark the borders, the boundaries, please. Those pillars were destroyed by the livestock. You know, projects are facilitations means So for a scale-up, we need to sensitize the populations among which we are working. So in terms of perspectives, this is what we believe should be done.
Alors, nous voulons toucher l'ensemble des villages dans les communes cibles.
We think that all the villages in the commune should be involved, because so far only a few villages have been involved, and we also want to regreen the species or the pillars that are used for marking the boundaries. So instead of using concrete pillars, we could use a means of greening those landscapes. We could also use a GPS system to mark those corridors, and that will help us to still have on site those landscapes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Hannah. What is interesting in what you said is the work you did with the communities, which resulted in putting in place a collaborative management system. And I will ask that there is a collaboration between Eastern Africa and West Africa, because they have systems that can work hand in hand with your ecosystem management system in West Africa.